Hello, good morning, students. We are discussing central bank and credit control. In the last video, what we discussed, there are many functions of the central bank. We are talking about Reserve Bank, issue of currency notes, and custodian of foreign exchange, etc. But all apart from all these functions, Reserve Bank of India, the central bank, plays a very important role in credit control. Credit control is also one of the important functions of the RBI. What is credit control? Adjustment in the volume of credit in accordance with the needs and requirements of the economy. Sometimes there is need to expand the credit. Sometimes there is need to contract the credit. In credit contraction and credit expansion measures, we discussed first method, that is known as bank rate policy. Okay, why bank rate is increased to control inflation, why bank rate is reduced to offset deflation. Today we are going to discuss the another method of credit control, general methods में open market operation. It is also a traditional weapon in the armory of RBI or the central bank. What is open market operation? It implies purchase and sale of the securities. When central banks sell and purchase securities from the in the open market, it is called open market operations. Okay, हमने लास्ट वीडियो में क्या देखा था कि बैंक रेट पॉलिसी वो क्रेडिट के कॉस्ट पे असर करता है. ओके, these are the all instruments of central bank credit control instrument. बैंक रेट कॉस्ट पे इफेक्ट करता है. ओपन मार्केट ऑपरेशन विल डायरेक्टली अफेक्ट ऑन availability of credit or availability of cash reserve with the commercial banks. Okay, so very important. Listen attentively. We already discussed how we will discuss modus operandi of open market operation. We will discuss in the context of inflation, how to control inflation and how to offset deflation. Inflation की situation क्या है? Aggregate demand exceeds aggregate supply. Demand is greater than supply due to high purchasing power, due to excess money, etc. So इन्फ्लेशन में जरूरी क्या है? इन्फ्लेशन में जरूरी है कि क्रेडिट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हो. सप्लाई ऑफ मनी इन सर्कुलेशन शुड बी रिड्यूस्ड. कैश रिजर्व, टोटल कैश रिजर्व विद द कमर्शियल बैंक कम होनी चाहिए. ओके, गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? सो इन दिस सिचुएशन व्हाट रिजर्व बैंक डू? The Reserve Bank sells securities in the open market. So who will purchase the securities? Commercial bank will purchase the security. At the same time, people will also purchase the security. और लोग क्या है? वो customers of commercial bank. अगर मेरा बैंक ऑफ बड़ौदा में अकाउंट है और मैं परचेस करूं तो बैंक में इतना मैं कम डिपॉजिट कर पाऊं. गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? सो व्हेन people and commercial bank purchase security in the open market, it reduce the credit creating base of the commercial bank. क्यों? क्योंकि total cash reserve of the commercial bank fall. Suppose कि X बैंक है, उसके बाद total 10,000 करोड़ है, उसमें से बैंक ने और बैंक के कस्टमर ने 4,000 करोड़ का परचेस कर दिया, तो अभी बैंक के पास कितना है? Only 6,000 करोड़. Okay, so when customers of commercial bank and commercial bank themselves purchase securities from the open market, obviously total cash reserve with the commercial bank fall. It leads to reduce in the credit creating base and ultimately it reduces to credit contraction. Contract होगा credit. And credit contracts मतलब now they are not able to lend more. उसका लिबरल लैंडिंग पॉलिसी नहीं रहा इन्वेस्टमेंट के लिए, वो बहुत सारा नहीं. सो देन वी आल्सो नो इन्वेस्टमेंट फॉल, आउटपुट फॉल, एम्प्लॉयमेंट फॉल, इनकम फॉल, एक्सेट्रा टू कंट्रोल इन्फ्लेशन. ओके, सो इन शॉर्ट, रिजर्व बैंक सेल सिक्योरिटी इन द ओपन मार्केट टू कंट्रोल इन्फ्लेशन। जब जब रिजर्व बैंक ओपन मार्केट में सिक्योरिटी सेल करेगा तब तब इन्फ्लेशन कंट्रोल, दिस इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द इन्फ्लेशन कंट्रोलिंग मेजर्स। ओके, सो रिजर्व बैंक or central bank sell securities in the open market. When commercial bank purchase, obviously they reduce their credit creating base and ultimately leads to credit contraction. Deflation, aggregate demand is less than aggregate supply. Now डिफ्लेशन की जरूरत क्या है? कैसे भी करके डिमांड इंक्रीज होना चाहिए। डिमांड कब होना इंक्रीज होगा? व्हेन क्रेडिट अवेलेबिलिटी, क्रेडिट से ज्यादा क्रेडिट कॉमर्शियल बैंक के पास हो, कैश रिजर्व, बैंक शुड बी एबल टू गिव मोर क्रेडिट, सो देयर इज अ नीड ऑफ क्रेडिट एक्सपांशन एट द टाइम ऑफ डिफ्लेशन. So what will Reserve Bank do or the central bank do? Central bank purchase securities from the open market. When it purchase securities from the open market, obviously it will make payment through checks. तो कमर्शियल बैंक के अकाउंट में और कमर्शियल बैंक का जो कस्टमर्स है उसके अकाउंट में मनी डिपॉजिट करेंगे. गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? सो व्हेन money is transferred to their account, obviously total cash reserve with the commercial bank क्या होगी? Increase होगी, and it will enhance the credit creating base. Burden ज्यादा credit creating base उसका strong होगा and it leads to credit expansion. Now total cash reserve with the commercial bank increase, so obviously commercial bank will adopt credit expansion policy. Credit expansion policy now मतलब it can give more loan, investment increase, output increase, employment increase, income increase, etc. etc. So to offset deflation. Getting my point? So very simple that Reserve Bank or the central bank sells securities in the open market to control inflation, and Reserve Bank purchase security from the open market to offset deflation. So how open market operation can be adopted by the Reserve Bank or the central bank to control inflationary or deflationary situation. Okay, like commercial bank rate policy, there is also some essential condition. There should be well organized securities market etc. वो condition है. Okay, as per your syllabus, we will discuss only the limitations. Limitations are more important. बराबर ध्यान से समझना. Contradiction between bank rate policy and open market operation. I am giving the statement. बराबर ध्यान से समझना. Selling of security in the open market will not reduce cash reserve with the commercial bank and will not reduce money supply so long as it is possible for commercial banks to replenish their cash reserve through rediscounting policy. I am repeating, so long as for them replenish through rediscounting policy. Sentence में समझ नहीं आया होगा. What the sentence wants to say? कि अगर जब जब रिजर्व बैंक सिक्योरिटी सेल करेगी तो कॉमर्शियल बैंक विल परचेस, हमने अभी देखा कि 10,000 से अब हो गया 6,000, बट इट विल नॉट रिड्यूस सो लॉन्ग एज इट इज पॉसिबल फॉर बैंक्स टू रिप्लेनिश का मतलब टू फिल अगेन, वो गैप फिल कर थ्रू रीडिस्काउंटिंग पॉलिसी. अगर गवर्नमेंट मतलब रिजर्व बैंक ओपन मार्केट ऑपरेशन करे और बैंक रेट में कोई चेंज नहीं करे तो क्या कर सकते हैं कि अभी 10,000 से 6,000 हो गया है, मगर इफ बैंक रेट इज नॉट इंक्रीज बाय द आरबीआई, सो ये बैंक कहां से लोगी? बैंक विल टेक लोन फ्रॉम आरबीआई थ्रू रीडिस्काउंटिंग पॉलिसी. बैंक रेट थ्रू क्या कर देगी? वो लोन ले लेगी और जो गैप है 6,000 और 10,000 का बीच का वो 4,000 वो फिल अप कर लेगी. गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? सो दैट टाइम दिस measure will not be successful. That is the reason why whenever open market operation is adopted by the government, RBI, bank rate policy and open market operations are not competitive, they are complementary, and generally they should be implemented simultaneously. So एक और रिजर्व बैंक को बैंक रेट भी इंक्रीज करना पड़ेगा, और दूसरी ओर रिजर्व बैंक को क्या करना पड़ेगा कि सिक्योरिटीज भी सेल करनी पड़ेगी, तभी इन्फ्लेशन को कंट्रोल पर कर सकते. गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? नहीं तो શું થાય કે જે અહીંયા ગતિ છે 10,000 થી ઘટીને 6,000 થયા છે, એ ફરીથી રિઝર્વ બેંક માંથી લોન લઈને ભરપાઈ કરી શકે છે. ગેટિંગ માય પોઈન્ટ? ઇન ગુજરાતી में આપણે કહી શકીએ. ઓકે, so it is not possible, should not be possible to replenish through rediscounting policy. एक ही सेंटेंस है मगर आई हैव डिवाइडेड इन 2 पार्ट्स. और क्या होगा वह, और reserve selling of securities will not reduce the credit creating base and not reduce the money supply, so far as it is possible for banks to replenish through rediscounting policy or influence other. Hoarded money comes into circulation. जो accumulated wealth है, hoarded money अगर circulation में आएगा तो क्या करेगा? Total supply of money increases, because what is the definition of supply of money? Total amount of money which is in circulation. आज तक जो सर्कुलेशन में नहीं था अभी सर्कुलेशन में आ जाएगा तो क्या होगा? टोटल सप्लाई ऑफ मनी विल इंक्रीज, तो ऑब्वियसली कैश रिजर्व ऑफ द कमर्शियल बैंक इंक्रीज, तो लिक्विडिटी इंक्रीज हो जाएगी. गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? ओपन मार्केट ऑपरेशन इज कंडक्टेड ड्यूरिंग इन्फ्लेशन. हाउ टू रिड्यूस लिक्विडिटी? अगर होल्डेड मनी सर्कुलेशन में आएगा तो क्या होगा? लिक्विडिटी विल एनहांस, तो प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व. और नेक्स्ट सेंटेंस, सरप्लस बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट. सरप्लस बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट, व्हाट इज बीओपी? बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट, it is includes total visible items and invisible items of export and import. सरप्लस बैलेंस क्या होता है? It can be in deficit or it can be in surplus. Surplus balance of payment कब कहेंगे हम? When total value of our export is greater than total value of our import. The RBI, the Reserve Bank, is adopting open market operation. It is selling securities in the open market to reduce liquidity. Cash reserve कम होना चाहिए, मगर export ज़्यादा होगी. Suppose export is 15,000 crore and import is 10,000, तो एक्स्ट्रा 5,000 करोड़ एक्सपोर्टर वो कहाँ डिपॉजिट करेंगे? कमर्शियल बैंक्स में. सो टोटल कैश रिजर्व विल इंक्रीज, सो द पर्पस विल नॉट बी सॉल्व. और लास्ट, इनफ्लो फ्रॉम फॉरेन कंट्रीज. अपने एनआरआई डिपॉजिट करे और कोई भी क्या किसी भी तरह से अगर फॉरेन से फंड आए तो क्या होगा? अगेन total cash reserve of the commercial bank increase, liquidity increase, so this problem will not be solved. Okay, so there are 4 reasons why selling of securities will not reduce credit creating base or money supply. It is possible for commercial bank to replenish their cash reserve through rediscounting policy. Second, or hoarded money comes into circulation. Third, or surplus balance of payment, or last, for inflow from foreign countries. Okay, this is the reason. Next, selling of security is difficult task. Very simple. Purchase of securities from commercial open market is relatively easy compared to selling of security. Selling of securities में क्या करते? If government wants to control inflation and government wants to sell the securities in the open market, मगर वो कमर्शियल बैंक्स और लोगों को फोर्स नहीं कर सकते कि आपको परचेस करना ही होगा. इट कैन अट्रैक्ट कस्टमर्स और इट कैन अट्रैक्ट कमर्शियल बाय गिविंग अट्रैक्टिव रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट, but it cannot force the people or the commercial banks to purchase securities. Okay, so that is selling of security is relatively difficult in compared to purchase of security. When large scale of security is sold by by the RBM, it will adversely affect the prices of securities. Prices of securities go adversely, because when large scale, on the large scale of security is sold by the ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा सेल करे, तो it can adversely affect the prices of security. Last, lack of well organized security market. Obviously, in underdeveloped countries and in many developing countries, there is a lack of well organized sound security market. So in this situation, this measure will not be successful. In short, in this video lecture, what we discuss: open market operation. It is also a traditional weapon as bank rate policy. During inflation, selling of security, Reserve Bank or the central bank sell security in the open market to control inflation. Reserve Bank or the central bank purchase security from the open market to offset deflation. There are many limitations of this method. Okay, आज के लिए इतना रहेगा. Thank you very much.